Okay, I'm going to do some live coding here with Rust, and I'm going to mix things up a little bit by switching into a IntelliJ editor with GitLab, right? So these are two big differences that I'm going to show today. Is that I'm switching all of my development from Visual Studio Code and GitHub and Copilot to a new stack, which I find better ethically, and it is IntelliJ, GitLab, and AWS Code Whisper. So let's go ahead and start taking a look here at the data and what I got inside of this editor. So if we take a look here, we can see that I've got a project that I've been able to check out, and we also see that I have some things on the left here. So if I click on this thing to the left, it says, oh, look, we also have the GitLab integration. We also have AWS uh, toolkit. Now, this is where I get the ability to do the code suggestions. And again, I like Code Whisper better than Copilot because of some of the copyright issues around training sets. And so I feel better using Code Whisper. It's also free, and you have the ability to turn off the training as well. So you could toggle off and on whether your data is actually being used. Now, the other thing that I'll point out that is pretty cool is a tool that is pretty fun, which is the Code Whisper CLI. So in order to do that, what I'm going to need to do is open up the terminal here. So I'm going to let's go ahead. I think the terminal would be right here. If I click on this button, there we go. Now, what's cool about the Code Whisper terminal is that you can actually do a question. So you can say, for example, um, uh, give me the size of the temp directory. And so I think this is the way this tool works. Let me see. Now I need to do a little update here. So I think I need to do for CLI completions, I'm going to have to say key bindings, integrations. There's code completions here. I think it says, let's see, du sh. Yeah, I'm not seeing the capability in here. So maybe I'll just punt on that one. That it should be available in this shell, but well, we can skip on that feature. We can do that later. But basically, there's a CLI completion that I'm not sure why it's not working in this shell. Let me see if I open it in another shell. I say size of temp. Does that work? Yeah. So I'll see if I do this, if this works. Okay, there we go. So it's just that shortcut, for whatever reason, it's not working. But basically, the way that Code Whisper CLI works is that you can actually type in CW space AI, Code Whisper AI, and you can give it a natural language query, and then it will actually go through and let you either edit it or execute it. We can go ahead and execute it. In this case, I'm not sure why it says shell at the beginning. That doesn't actually seem right. Say, give me the size of the temp and print it out. Let's try that. I don't know why it's saying that doesn't, I don't know what the shell part of that is doing. That might be something that doesn't work perfectly. There we go. I don't know what that part does, but the gist of it is that you can give it questions like that, which can be very helpful. Okay, so that's the CLI. The next thing that I'll take a look here at is that we can try to create a new project and start to play around with how that works with IntelliJ. So in order to do that, I'm going to say cargo new, and we'll just call this one. I think it's actually we'll just say cargo new hello world. How about that? All right. And then if we see hello world here, we can see externally added files can always be added to Git. So it's got some cool auto completion stuff on here. We can just say, don't ask again. I like to be explicit. And then we look inside of this directory tree and we see that it does have actually the ability to understand the cargo.2ml file. So we'll go ahead and say project not associated with cargo2ml file. Sure, let's go ahead and associate it. So it's got some magic stuff here where it can actually understand the structure of the project, which is pretty cool. And then if we look at the source, you can see as well, look at the IntelliJ editor is able to understand it. Now this is pretty cool. You can just click on the run and you can actually run it right from here. So this is just a different style, like, to basically run it from inside of the editor itself. It's going to compile it for us. It's going to give us a message that says exactly what it's doing. There we go. Hello world worked. I think that's an okay style. And I guess the idea would be that if you wanted to add breakpoints, etc. I personally like doing things from the command line. I guess I'm old school here, but let's see how the Code Whisper integration works as well. So in order to do that, what we could do is we could actually go here and say, what am I doing here? This is a calculator. This is kind of my go-to calculator script. And we can add some documentation here. There we go. So I think this is coming from Code Whisper. It says insert code. That's pretty cool, actually. There's a calculator script. And so the suggestion, let's double check. Yeah, the suggestion's there. Now, how do I get Code Whisper to give me the suggestion again? That would be a cool thing to figure out. So how would I do this? So I would say learn, maybe. Okay, so I see accept as tab. Manually invoke would be option C. Okay, cool. So we'll do option C. No Code Whisper. It has several functions. Okay, so to accept it, let's see what the Learn Code Whisper says. So to accept it, it would be tab. Okay, it has several functions, including, let's regenerate again. Okay, it has the following features. And we'll say addition. So tab will accept, subtract and tab will accept, tab will accept. Okay, pretty cool. Not too bad. Okay, now we can build the first one. So we'll just say fn, and then it's going to give me the suggestion. Now this isn't a multi-line, which is kind of curious. Usually you should get a multi-line suggestion, but kind of weird that I guess it gave me two there. Subtract is one line. Interesting how it's doing the completions here. Multiply. Now this does seem to be a weird bug here, where it says no main. Well, no, there is a main. The main is right here. Maybe it's because it's partially filling out the suggestion. Yeah, see, I think this breaks the code, and so it's giving me basically a message. Hey, we have some problems. Now I'm going to have to change this. So now it's going to say no main function. Now this is pretty cool. What is this? What is this capability? So this is an inspector that comes with IntelliJ for Rust, which is interesting. So let's say fix all. Let's try that. Let's see what happens if I click on add. Okay, not bad. But this isn't complete yet. We're gonna look. This is cool. So we're getting a big suggestion from Code Whisper, a multi-line suggestion, which tells you that that's basically the Code Whisper is able to read the context of everything I'm writing, and so we can go through here and see what it says. So let A, let B. So we do a sum, we do difference, we do product, we do quotient. Yeah, okay, sure. That's exactly what I want. Oh, look, and there's a test case. Now, what I could do though is I want to actually take this out for a second, and I want to add the test in here. So what I want to do is say test code here with unit test. So what this should do is add a macro for us, which it escapes me the unit test macro, right? Macro. There we go. So config test, and then config test. This is, I think, another capability where generative AI plays a big role. Is like, why don't I just have the Gen AI tool write the test for me? Especially because I don't want to write unit tests for basic things if it can do it for me. So we can keep going here. There we go. There's a test subtract. There's a test multiply. And then we should do a test divide. There we go. So I think we got everything's looking good here. Now, what I like to typically do is also create a makefile. I know some people are purists with Cargo, but I'm going to just say touch makefile. And then I'm curious if Code Whisperer is smart enough to help me out with this. So what I typically, the ones I like to do would be lint. Is it smart enough? Wow, this is pretty cool. IntelliJ knows how to do this. We're going to have a lint. We can say Clippy. It's pretty funny, Clippy. We also have formats, cargo. Now I'm curious if I say AI CW and I say give me the cargo format command. Isn't it AI CW? Oh no, CWAI. So CWAI. So this is a cool feature of Code Whisperer. Check this out. Cargo format. Okay, there we go. So we just say cargo format. That's pretty cool. And then we can say, I want to ask another question. So I'm going to go scroll down here, and I'm going to say, I want to know, give me the command for linting Rust projects. Give me the cargo command to run lint. Cargo Clippy. There we go. So we'll just say cargo Clippy. Okay. And then test, I think is just cargo test. So we got lint test. I think those are the only ones I mean, we could do a run, but that's kind of doesn't really make sense to me. So we'll cancel here. So now that I've got this, we can say, go back to our make file here, and we can say make format. Ooh, so do we need to give it make formats? Do I need to, in the make file, say cargo format here. Would that be right? Oh, because the make file. No, it should be cargo format. How about that? Let's try that. Make format. Cargo format. Why is that not working? I gotta look at another project real quick and see how I typically format. And if I look at Rust here, let's look at projects and see how I typically do a format. Okay, we got a make file. Cargo format quiet. It looks like that should work. Well, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this thing. I'm just going to take my typical format command. So we'll just say, oh, you know what? The problem is I'm not in the directory and the make file is in the wrong directory. So I need to move the make file. That was the problem. So it was correct. I just had it in the wrong directory. And then I need to cd into hello world. There we go. Okay, so now I can just type in make format. There we go. And then we can type in make lint. Pretty cool. That everything's good. And then if I type in make test, it's going to run my, ooh, that was quite fast. I guess because I'm on my fast Mac here, it's just lightning quick. And then it's time to run. So we just say cargo run. Whoa. I mean, the speed is just ridiculous. I mean, holy smokes. when you're developing locally versus in the cloud and you have a fast machine, it's pretty crazy. So I think pretty impressive actually to use IntelliJ for. I think IntelliJ plus Code Whisper is a very good combo that I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about. So I'm going to go up here and let's look at my git ignore here, which I don't think I have one. I'm going to go ahead and create one. .git ignore. And if we go to this git ignore, it would be great to copy. I guess I can just copy one from another project because that's going to be the easiest thing to do. And let's go here. Let's copy one. Let's just take one that probably would work. And ignore this, generate, these will have, so if I say git status, let's add the git ignore, and then let's add hello world. Let's type in git status. Yeah, that's right. That's what we want. We want cargo file, the make file, and the source file. That looks perfect. And then I'm going to say git commit, adding IntelliJ plus GitLab example plus Code Whisper. And there we go. So I think this combo is very good. Working locally on a Mac with IntelliJ, Code Whisper, and GitLab is a very good scenario. All right, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Hopefully some other people can try this out. All right, talk to you later.